Hi, this is Tom Soane, and today we're going to do a financial targeting activity. Yay! Oh God, that sounds absolutely terrible. I tried to make it sound more interesting for you, but it didn't work, and I'm sorry. So I've probably lost all my followers now from that one title, but if you are still with me, then good on you. Because what I'm going to share with you is a 3-phase strategy, which was the biggest turning point in my business life, in my property investing life, in my financial life, and my social and personal life. So I wanted to share that with you because I didn't actually realize I'd created a strategy when I made this. Actually, this was made out of absolute desperation and necessity. So I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to show you how to calculate each phase and how that will show you whether or not you're going to achieve your targets or your dreams. I don't like saying dreams because it sounds a bit gimmicky, but I don't charge for this, so I can get away with it, I guess. I'm not selling you anything here, of course. So, look, I want to give you a bit of a backstory, actually, because I didn't actually start out in property investing, but most of my followers are property investors and landlords. I do have some business people as well, but predominantly property investors and landlords are my following. So I made this strategy in my business, but then I transferred it quite comfortably over to property investing too. So I want to share that with you. And like I said, I didn't even realize I'd made this strategy, but it turns out to be the biggest turning point and the biggest strategy I've ever made. So very happy. But now I know that I'm going to achieve my goals because I can see them. And now I also know how to get there. And that's the best thing. So look, that backstory is, like I say, I started out in business. And when I first started the business, I didn't have any training. I didn't have any qualifications or experience or expertise or knowledge, really, of business or what business was about. I'd had jobs. And so I just started the company, went to try and get some customers however I could, whenever I could, wherever I could, and just tried to make a bit of money here and there, however I could. And it was a struggle, because at that point, certainly for the first 3 or 4 years of my business life, the whole business was totally dependent on me and it was totally consuming me. You would call that being well and truly in your business. And now I was spending every hour under the sun on the business. Or in the business. I was the master marketeer. I was the master salesman. I was the problem solver. I was the business strategist. Everybody would come to me with their problems. I was also providing the customer service, dealing with all the complaints, doing all the nitty gritty of the day to day of the whole business, every single bit of it. I was the one bringing the customers in. I was the one saving the customers. It was so tough. But at that time, I didn't realize that until I hit rock bottom, and I really hit rock bottom hard. Now, I'm not normally a stressy guy. I'm not normally a depressed guy. Actually, I think, well, I try and always see the glass half full. That's the way I am. It's the way I was raised. But at that point, I hit rock bottom because we'd never really made any money in the first, God knows how many years of the business. Never really made any money. Just bouncing from month to month, trying to pick up a few quid here and there, getting lucky sometimes, unlucky other times. And the reason I'm describing this to you is because I think this relates to a lot of property investors and landlords. Because when I hit rock bottom, I had all this shit going on and it was tough, and I was getting no money, nothing. At one point, I was lucky to be able to afford a £1 microwave meal from Tesco's because I'd found £1 in my drawer. Can you believe that? That's just crazy. Looking back on it now, I just think I wish I'd have done this sooner. Anyway, that's a bit more of a backstory than I'd planned to give you. But at that point where I hit rock bottom, I thought about giving up. I thought about getting out of the business and just going to get a job. And I bet a lot of property investors and a lot of landlords have had similar feelings where you've got a portfolio or something like that, and so much crap goes on and it gets a bit stressy, gets a bit high pressure, gets a bit miserable, and you think about just selling your properties and getting out of the property game. I bet lots of you have thought that in one way or another, whether you're just an investor who buys and flips, or whether you buy portfolios to rent out, whatever it is. I bet at some point you've been a bit fed up with it. So that's when I set that strategy in place, the 3-phase strategy, because it was taking a real financial toll, if you like, on me and my personal life and my family life and my friends and social and everything, because I was putting all my hours into the business. I just thought that's what you did. I thought, you know, you read all the biographies of Branson and Sugar and Jobs and Khan and all of those, and they all spend 12, 15 hours a day on their business. So that's just what I did. But when I hit that rock bottom, I realized something had to change, because I had no money, I had no assets, I'd lost everything. I'd lost my house, I had a really nice car, I lost that, everything. And so I realized if I keep doing the same thing, then nothing is going to change. I think that's quite a famous quote as well. So I realized I had to do something different. So what did I have to do that's different? Now, in property, I'm going to relate this to property in a second and give you the property strategy element of this. But for me, I had to figure out, okay, how much money do I, Tom Soane, personally need to be able to get out of my business? Now, I don't mean stop the business, quit the business, or not have anything to do with it. Because remember what I said, I was doing everything. I was marketing, I was the salesman, I was going and getting new customers, I was looking after the existing customers, I was saving customers, I was dealing with complaints, dealing with the admin, dealing with the business strategy. It was all on me. So how much money do I need the business to make in order to be able to pay me enough in order to stop doing that and focus on growth? And that's where it relates to property. So that's what I had to do. Now, for me, that figure was £2,500. Now, at that time, it was, I was thinking, wow, if I could have £2,500 in my bank every month, then that enables me to pay my bills. It gives me the odd takeaway here and there. I eat a lot of food. It enables me the odd restaurant visit with my missus. That would be great. Maybe a holiday at some point in the year. That would be cool. But nothing luxury. I'm not going mental here. I'm just paying bills and having a couple of little luxury items, because I do believe you have to have a bit of luxury in your life, because otherwise what's the point in going through all of this in property, in investing, in business, if you haven't got anything out of it? So that's why I'm trying to share this with you. So that figure for me was £2,500 per month. Now, all I had to do was work out how many customers I need to bring on for the business to be able to make me £2,500 a month. Easy. So that's where we transfer it to property. Now, I worked out that strategy there and then, didn't realize that was a strategy. It's a very obvious strategy. There's no secrets here. There's no mystery. It's just a simple case of you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. And that's my quote. I'm going to coin that. But I didn't know what I didn't know until I know that I didn't know it. So now I know it. Now I know what my figure is and how many customers I need to bring in, paying me how much. Let me explain that. Because basically I need to work out how many customers I need to bring into the business and how much each customer needs to pay, and how much profit I need to make from each customer. Now I know that was my target. So then I broke that target down into a time frame. So if I wanted to achieve that financial freedom in 1 year, now I know how many customers I need to get every month and how much profit I need to make every month and how I grow. It's a very basic business strategy. I was just working backwards from the overall target. Now, I didn't realize that I'd made a strategy for myself there. But some of you are listening to this thinking, well, yeah, that's obvious. So now I'm going to relate it to property. And what I want you to do is calculate what is your number. What is your phase 1 number? The amount of income, net profit, by the way, and please focus on net profit, I see so many people work out income based on the rent. It's not. The net profit is your income. And that's after you've paid your mortgage payment, your insurance, your management, your maintenance. That's your net profit. So how much money do you need to achieve in net profits every month for you to be able to stop work? Or if you're a businessman, or if you're a business owner, to be able to get out of the day-to-day of your business. So again, for me, that figure was £2,500. That's my phase one figure. So let's just say that the number of properties you need in order to hit your £2,500 a month net profit is 6 properties. If that's the case, you now know how many properties you have to work towards. So if you've got a bit of money, you can go after property number 1. And then look, if you're following, I'm not going to go into your entire strategies here, because obviously if you follow me a lot, you know my other strategies anyway on how you can grow your portfolio. But now you know, if let's say you want to be out of work, quit your job in 2 years, you know you need 6 properties to be able to do that. So now you know how much money you need to save, or how much money you need to borrow, or how many flips you need to do, or how many deal packages you need to do, all of those things. That's your figure. Now, that's phase 1 taken care of. Phase 2 is a bit different, because phase 2, in my opinion, is my life free target. So phase 1, if we're going to call that your financially free target, phase 2 is your life free target. Now, my life free target is £10,000 per month. When I get to £10,000 of personal net profit, not business, not properties, personal net profit, that's where I'm life free. That for me is a number as an income where I can decide whether I want to continue growing or not. I probably will, because I'm that way inclined, but I can just decide, yeah, I'm going to go and do another property deal today, or I'm going to go and launch a new part of the business today, or I'm going to go and improve the business today, something like that. I can decide to, or I could not. £10,000. What's your phase 2 target? Your life free target. And the reason I call it life free is because now I can do what I want when I want. If you're earning 10 grand a month, you can do what you want when you want. You could spend all day long with the family. You could spend all day long playing Xbox, if your other half likes that or not. But that's your life free target. So work that out. And now you can work out again, how many properties do you need to achieve £10,000 in net profits? Remember, net profits. And then we're going to work out our dream target. And this one for me is the big dog. I think you've got to have a big, elaborate, ambitious target in your life. Why not? I know you've got to have realistic targets, right? Your financially free target and your life free target for me are realistic targets. Your dream target is what would be the ultimate. Now, my dream target is £83,333.33 per month. I know, that's a lot of money. And it's a weird figure, but it's $1 million a year. Simple as that. So if we can all get $1 million a year net profit, then we're starting to talk about football player type income, aren't we? And that for me enables me to pretty much buy whatever I want, do whatever I want, live however I want, wherever I want. There are always going to be people that are richer than you, of course, but fuck them. Don't worry about them. Let them do what they're doing. My target is my target. Your target might be 10 million a year. Might be 100 million a year. But for me, if I can bring $1 million a year in absolute net profits from property, then you're buzzing. You're absolutely buzzing. Because property as well, the reason I love property so much is because you always have the asset. It produces an income, but you always have the asset. Now think of it like that. If my dream target is what? I mean, I can't even begin to think at the moment, but if my dream target is a few thousand properties, then my equity on those properties will stay mine. And at any one point, I'll be getting my 83 grand a month, my $1 million a year. But at any one point, I could just say, do you know what? I'm going to sell all my properties. Off they go. And I might reinvest in something else. I probably won't. How awesome would that be to leave that sort of portfolio and asset to your children? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just think it would be such a proud thing to do, to work at growing your asset worth and asset value, to be able to leave your children and then their children and then their children. You'll change lives for generations. And don't forget to do everything. Don't spend all your time on this and ignore your kids, because that's something different. But just imagine being able to give that to your children. So those are my 3 phases. So I want you to set those 3 phases now. Now look, all right, phase 1, your financially free target. It's a very serious and real target. That's what you need to do first. Focus on that. Like I said, my figure was 2.5 grand. Work that out roughly to be 6 properties producing £400 net profit per month, right? Ignoring the growth in the asset for now. I'm talking cash flow. Second is the second phase, or phase 2, is your life free target. And that one is the important one, in that's like the destination of the journey, right? Because my figure was 10,000 a month, and the phase 2 target is the destination of your journey, because your journey is the work. The journey is the smart strategy, the graft and all of that. That's the journey. And your phase 2 life free target is finally I'm free of life. Cool. And then your phase 3 target is your decision, is your option. Do you want to go for it or do you not? You've just hit, if you use the same numbers as me and you hit your 10 grand a month phase 2 target, you just hit 10 grand a month. Now you know you can do it, just times it by 8. And then you're going to do it. You're going to hit your dream target. Your dream target might be different. Your dream target might be, I don't know, £500,000 a year. So if you're going to go for 500,000, you're at 60 grand a month. If you're going to go for 500,000 a year, 60 grand a month, then just do your phase 2 target times 10. No, times 6. Good one, Tom. Anyway, so I hope that helps. So what I guess I want you to do is work out what's that number to make you financially free, so you don't have to get involved in the day-to-day of your business or your work. You could quit that if you want and focus on growth. Your phase 2 target is your life free target. That's the one that gives you all of the comforts to be able to do what you want when you want and work out whether you want to work or not. And then your dream target is your phase 3 target. That's the big dog. That's the big boy that you want to go for if you feel, hey, and you know what? You could get to your phase 2 target and make a decision to just keep going and just see where you get, or not. I'd probably keep going if it was me, because I think it's like how can I put it? It's like a bug, isn't it? You get addicted to growth. And actually, when you see things grow, and you know, I do investing in shares. And when you see that grow, it's a bit of a buzz, because it's almost like free money, isn't it? You put some money in there and then it turns into more money and you get a bit of a buzz because it's free money. It's a bit like gambling, I suppose. I don't really do much of that, apart from like the odd £5 accumulator or something like that. But anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that. But look, hopefully that helps. 3 phases, set them first and then work out what you need to achieve to get to those targets. And that will show you whether you're going to achieve those targets or not. If you set an unrealistic target, it will show you you're not going to achieve that target, or it's going to take you 50 years. So work it out, and I hope that helps. And in the meantime, my name's Tom Soane, and this is the Anonymous Landlord.